Oh, up here? Damn. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Because I got some stuff I got to say.
We can hear you. We can hear you. You ready?
I'm ready. So, y'all, what's up?
What was that, moonshine?
1-0 proof.
Look, that is just, oh.
0 proof. You see, it's still dirty. See, it ain't go through the distill process. It's still.
Okay. Listen.
Because I was going to say, Okay, don't beat the table. I was telling her, don't beat the table.
Yeah, don't beat the table.
Cool. Peace and love, everyone. This is Soul Therapy Radio with Ruby and Tara. Yes, this is our pilot episode. We want to thank you for being here with us here on Power 108.9. Say hey, Tara.
Hey, family.
Hey, everybody. So we want to just, like I said, thank you all for being here. And our topic today is entitled The Talk. Choose Wisely. And just to give you a little bit of a background of what we will be discussing and what that means, we know that in mental health and wellness, one of the main reasons that we're not open to discussing it is because we feel like we don't have anyone to talk to. But what we have to realize is that we do have someone to talk to. It's just that we have to choose wisely. Tara, a little bit of input real quick.
Absolutely, Rube. I was thinking about the topic this morning and my own personal journey with mental health and my children's personal journey with mental health and choosing that right person, that person that's able to receive what it is that you have to say and allowing you to be in a vulnerable space is absolutely essential to someone's well-being for sure.
Okay, well, Tara, we thank you for that little bit of input, but we're going to go ahead and take a break real quick, and when we come back, we'll continue. This is Soul Therapy with Ruby and Tara here on Power 108.9.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh,
That's it.
cool. That's it. Oh, that's it.
Just like that.
You had that radio voice versus soul. Yeah, did you see my
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I said, oh, that just came my soul.
Y'all, he said I'm cool. Hello, Irene. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Oh, I'm sorry. We first of all, let me apologize. We did start a little late today, but
Not a little late.
A lot late.
Hey,
apologize, family.
Hey, Allison. Hey, boo. But yeah, this is Soul Therapy Radio with Ruby and Tara. And we are talking, well, y'all heard what I said, but, we want to thank you all for tuning in live with us here on Facebook. And this Tara over there. Say hey, Tara.
Hey, family. How y'all doing? Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, we appreciate patience. Patience is a virtue. Remember that.
So funny. I'm sharing to all of our
Okay, because I was like, I
pages.
can't.
I got you.
Thank you, girl.
We everywhere right now. We everywhere.
So, if y'all, hey, Allison again. Allison, everybody, if you have questions, suggestions, no, you know what? No suggestions, just questions. And, you can call in. What the number is? The number is 678
383
383
2339.
2339.
I was late, but I'm on the money.
You got that number, don't you?
678 383 2339.
Okay.
You
Y'all
got it?
heard the number?
You got it?
678
You
383.
got pen and paper?
67383 2 889.
678
Dang.
383 2339.
Oh, 2, 3.
From the person who wasn't on time, who wasn't ready, who wasn't organized. Coming through.
But you got that phone number though.
I sure do. Yes.
She got that phone number though.
Are you ready?
Now what are we doing?
Hold on, go ahead and do the show. You come back again.
Oh.
Hold on.
Love is the best place to find lovers at the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots with bars and we talk slow.
Everybody, welcome back to Soul Therapy Radio with Ruby and Tara here on Power 108.9. And as we discussed a little bit earlier, today's topic is called The Talk, Choose Wisely. So, to get a little bit more into it, the reason that I wanted to start with this particular topic today is because, of course, everybody is on social media. And, one day I put a question out there, what do you feel is your biggest issue or your biggest concern when it comes to sharing how you feel and your personal experience about mental illness or emotional illness. And, both men and women agree that in most cases it's them not being able to have anybody to talk to. Let's say, for example, if they talk to their mom, then their mom would either brush them off or pretend it as, just pray about it, you'll be all right, or just simply didn't want to listen to it for a number of different reasons. Same thing sometimes with your homeboys, with your girlfriends, right, or cousins, or, whoever you feel you wanted to open up to, but sometimes you can't always open up to them.
Right. Well, I think that just due to the stigma in general in our community, mental health is such a taboo topic. It's swept under the rug. We just don't have open and honest conversation about it. So I think people initially shun the conversation because it's seen as a sign of weakness, not that the person doesn't want to be supportive. I don't think that we've even had a conversation of how do you approach or how do you support and love someone when they reach out to you and say they are suffering from some sort of mental health issue in itself.
Right. And, I do want to say I am thankful that now it's becoming more mainstream, being that more celebrities are actually having the talk or, coming out saying that they have issues with it or just speaking more openly about it. And hopefully that'll allow us to do the same. Right. But in the meantime, you can't just go out on social media, hey, I got this PTSD. What y'all got?
Right. Well, even being diagnosed and even taking the initiative. I think I was 15. I walked into the local mental health community hospital on my own accord, seeking out assistance. Just asking for help in general. True. That's a huge step in whomever you ask for help. Just being able to say, I need help, something's not right with me, or I'm not feeling my best self.
Right. So, if you all have any questions or want to, call in or anything, be sure that you give us a call here at the station at 678-383-2339. And when we come back, we'll go ahead and continue this conversation with me and Tara here on Soul Therapy Radio, Power 108.9.
So you get stuck.
What's the phone number again?
Right, I was late. Right there.
No, you good. So think about. So you got the topic out,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So how are you gonna go back and forth with the dialogue right now? Where
next I want to go is I made some notes, just talking about different reasons why we feel it's hard, why we can't reach out. Like for instance, I put on here reasons we can't talk to family. They may be dealing with their own issues.
Right.
It may be because you trying to talk to them about yours, it's reminding them of their own issues that they haven't dealt with. Mm-hmm. So we probably want to start there first. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then move from there to the accountability thing. Your mama don't want to be responsible or own up to what she did, to add to it, or your father or whatever.
Right. I know for just personal experience yesterday with my son, It took him 12 years to say what he needed to say yesterday because of fear that I was going to judge or that I was going to shame him or be embarrassed of him. And so, just as a personal experience of why our children are afraid to even address us as parents.
Talk about, when you come in, talk about what mental illness is, define what that is, and then there goes some different mental illness disorders. If you want to hit on some of those real quick too. But just define, just to let people know what mental illness is. Because remember, like every time you're going to get somebody new on the show, outside of your regular listeners, you just want to keep the new people in the loop about what you talk about and not just assume everybody knows everything. Because everybody, your fan base is going to grow from new people now. You know what I'm saying? So.
Gotcha. Hey y'all. Hey Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Can you comment the phone number on here? Yeah, Tara gonna comment the phone number just in case I forget.
You don't even know it. Stop She don't even know it, y'all. She don't even know it.
That's why I said she gonna comment it. But hey Robin, hey Monique, hey Sean, how you doing?
Hey,
dial in. The number is there. Somebody better call. Allison, you better call in.
I think they have to be groomed too. We're just so comfortable commenting on the Facebook Live.
Don't be afraid to call in.
Right. We'll get them there.
Yeah, you already know. But we don't know who called unless you tell us. So if you want to call in,
you can call
if you want to call in anonymously, you can call. You ain't got to share a name. Just be like, hey, give us a fake club name. Just don't use Kiki. I'm tired of hearing Kiki. No, I'm playing. If you want to use Kiki, that's you. But Ruby ain't never been no fake club name. I don't know why people. Is that your name? Why would I make up a name like that? A fake club name like that? Who does that?
Keisha.
Don't do that. Robin. Peaches. And we're back to Soul Therapy Radio with Ruby and Tara here on Power 108.9. Now, we did go ahead and get into our topic just a little bit today, but we kind of want to backtrack just a little bit. For those of us that are not familiar with the terminology of mental illness, I'm going to give you a quick generic definition. It's pretty much what's the best way to describe it? Come on, Claire.
From my own personal experience, it is an imbalance in the chemical makeup of your brain. It affects your mood, your thinking and your behavior, how you perceive things. It can range from depression to manic depression, bipolar, PTSD. Sometimes those diagnoses come from trauma-related experiences.
Right, anxiety.
Obsession and compulsion. Oh my God, it goes
schizophrenia.
Right. There's a number of
different types of mental
illnesses, just depending upon what it is that you're experiencing. We're experiencing it with my family current day, with my grandmother, dementia. It almost is like the brain is being attacked. Your mind is being attacked, in layman's terms.
Right. So that's just a working definition of what a mental illness is. And sometimes we also have to take into consideration the emotional part of it. It's not all mental.
Right.
It starts with the mental, but then it snowballs into the emotional, and that's how we get caught up in that. That's how we get caught up in it. But with going forward, with the conversation as to why we can't have this particular talk with our family, I think one of the main reasons is that whenever you try to talk to your mother or your father or whoever it may be about your mental illness, they don't want to talk to you because a lot of times they haven't dealt with whatever it is that they have and they don't want to come to terms with, okay, I have to deal with that. Okay, now I have to talk about it. I've just pretty much over all of these years been pushing it to the back of my mind and not dealing with it, and just hoping it would go away, but it never does. And now here you come, Mama, I need to talk to you about something, and now she has to,
address those unresolved
Exactly.
issues. And then we defining mental health in our ancestral line, our parents, our grandparents. I have a little bit more understanding in this arena, just simply because I don't know that they know. You know what I mean? I don't know that they recognize that the trauma that they have incurred is PTSD or is depression. It almost becomes normal for us to be in this, our bodies to be in this toxic, stressful position. And we have no idea that this is actually a disorder.
Right.
So then you come to me and you addressing mental health issues that you had. I don't recognize my own. How am I gonna recognize yours?
That is a very valid point. And we have Allison. Hey, sis, from
Hey,
Dallas.
sis.
We got our first caller.
Y'all?
What's up?
Hey, lady, thank you for joining us. Thank you for the love and support.
I would not have missed this for the world. Y'all didn't know, but this is a perfect day because it's also my son's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
So yeah, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'm just sitting here making him his special breakfast, but I wanted y'all to know that I'm watching and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much. You want to chime in on your take on mental health and why it's so hard to have that conversation shortly for us?
I sure can. I do think that this is a major component to several issues that we have in the Black community, and I believe that it is addressing several needs by us sitting down to take the time to talk about mental health. We're not just discussing, the pieces that we seem to find to be shameful or something that need to be hidden in our communities, but I don't think people understand that it reaches every area. It's not just reaching in terms of that individual's mental health, not discussing it. It's affecting us on our jobs. It's affecting our money. It's affecting our relationships. It's affecting the way that we parent. It's affecting everything. And the longer that you keep something bottled up, we seem to know that if you bottle it up, it's going to come out. We seem to be aware of that in every other area except mental health. And it's really important that we start to get this stigma just out of society in general, but specifically in the Black community, so that we can start to put some healing in place and let people know that there's nothing wrong with you. There is nothing that you need to be ashamed of. There's no need to put you in the back of the house in your own little room where people can't see you.
Right.
It's time for us to go ahead and get you whole and get you well so that you can get on the path that you were created for.
Right. And Allison, thank you for that input, but we have to take a little bit of a break. We thank you for calling in. If anybody else wants to call in, you got the number. Actually 678-383-2339, but when we come back, we'll continue the conversation with Soul Therapy Radio with Ruby and Tara here on Power 108.9.
I was trying to find a statistic of how many Black African Americans even seek out. Okay.
So I have to.
You have it?
Girl, no.
Yeah, I wanted to catch you because everybody does that. When they hit that phone ring, they're like, "Oh, we got a call on the line." Like, immediately leave the show.
Okay.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. When you hear that
It's
phone
like, girl,
ring,
answer the phone.
yeah. No, keep talking.
Right,
We gotta set it up. Gotta be smooth about it. We gotta be smooth about it.
Got you.
It ain't like everybody can hear the ring. Oh, they got a call again.
Right.
It's like, okay, so I guess we will.
I try to grab it fast enough.
Thank you. Oh, I guess next we'll briefly discuss the role that they play.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, well you can do the you want to do the
I just wanted the statistic in my head so that when we start talking, I'll be able to refer back to it.
Yeah, well, we'll start with that then.
One in 3 African Americans who need mental help actually receive it.
It's 1 out of 3.
1 out of 3.
So that's only 10 out of 30. 100 out of 300. But when we come back, we can start with that and then go into that whole accountability.
Yeah, some of your favorite artists.
Thing.
I'm
music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep me in the 90s, the early 2000s, the 80s.
Yeah.
Really?
Regina Mills, Stephanie Mills.
But you know, she don't want it to be too damper, so you still go.
But you know, you can throw some,
some 90s.
some Beyonce in there, some Tony Braxton, some. Look now, you gotta have a good mix on the show. You can't just be.
I'm messing with you.
You're trying to hype it up.
That's so damn cool.
Oh, I woke up this morning. I had such a good idea, and I did not write it
You
down.
lost it? Yeah, I know how that goes. I did that the other day on the phone with a client. I had something so great for her. She distracted me, and I couldn't even, it wouldn't come back. And I still don't know what it was meant for you. What meant for you.
Right. Like that's for somebody else. It came to me. I know it's there.
Oh, I did a whole podcast yesterday, and the girl thought she hit record. We didn't hit record. We were talking for an hour and a half. I said, oh, that wasn't for your audience. That was for you.
Right.
Well, don't receive all of what I just shared with
And
you.
then we can start.
Listen,
for real.
I'm going to catch you on another round. I'm about to go.
We recording, so you good over here on this part. Okay.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. I'm about to go.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey everybody here on Facebook land. Hey Raymond, Mr. Shout out to you, favorite Facebook channel. What's wrong then? What's your little
Oh, yeah.
Drama and Suspense channel award. Now y'all know y'all gonna have to let us know what y'all think. I can't go through everybody right now. Hey everybody, I'm sorry, I'm trying to wave. But you know when you on Facebook Live you got limited communication. The options.
Yeah, it's not even letting me scroll to see. I can only see. Oh, I froze
Your
the
phone,
phone.
yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back to Soul Therapy Radio with Ruby and Tara here on Power 108.9. And before we get back into our topic, we're going to let Tara give us just a little bit of a statistic so we can kind of put this into perspective, how big of an issue this is.
Right, so I'm looking on psychiatry.org group, and as we discussed kind of on the break, only 1 in 3 African Americans who need mental health care actually receive it. And how much of that, it makes me think how much of that is shame-based.
Right.
Not knowing where the resources are at, or not being able to talk to someone about how do I attack this thing? How do I get help for this thing? Some of the other statistics, how alcoholism and drug addiction and opiate overdose in the African American community, 44.2% versus 52.7% of Caucasian Americans have drug addiction, alcohol problems as it relates to mental health, poverty, all of these different facets of why, we're dealing with mental health.
Right. And like she said, 1 in 3. Now, 1 in 3 may not seem like huge numbers,
but come on, talk about it.
But let's 10 out of 30, 100 out of 300. So what if you went to work and you made $300 that day, but you only got
right.
Then it makes sense. Then wait a minute, hold on. And it's just like therapy isn't a bad thing. Therapy isn't something that we should be ashamed of.
Right. I think that's the first conversation, though.
Right. We sit around and talk to friends all day for free.
Right.
And how are they helping you?
Right.
How are they being any type of, giving you any type of comfort, giving you any type of solutions that you can actually use, instead of just, girl, he ain't no good, girl, you need to leave this job, you need to go pray about it. That's not helping.
Right.
It's absolutely nothing wrong with speaking with the professional.
Right. And as I said, we have to remove that stigma. Like Allison shared when she called in, please continue to call in 678-383-2339. Or we have to create spaces where we can even have this conversation. And that's why Soul Therapy Radio is so important.
Exactly.
So that people are disconnecting from the shame or feeling weak or even the idea of what we think mental health looks like. I shared in the Wounded Healer community the other day. We think straight jacket,
right.
Talking to ourselves. We think the homeless guy on the corner who obviously has schizophrenia or something going on with them, we think that's mental health. We don't recognize that mental health looks like Ruby. Mental health looks like
Right. Right.
Average looking, normal, everyday people are seriously suffering with some sort of mental health disorder, whether it's diagnosed or not. Like, we have to get clear on that.
Right.
Before we can even have a conversation.
Exactly. And one other thing that we don't take into consideration is your primary care physician could have or be dealing with a mental illness.
Right.
Your children's teacher can be dealing with a mental illness. What if that particular person has a breakdown that day?
Right.
And she's having that breakdown, or he's having that breakdown with your daughter.
Right.
Then you are gonna feel some type of way and not understand that on that particular day they just snapped. It just became too much pressure for them, and now you want to sue everybody and all this other kind of stuff. It's like, no, that's not just neglect. That's just not, something that you feel is I can't even think right now.
Their responsibility.
But, right. And it all comes back to us not being able to deal with mental illness and get healing and treatment.
Or even be connected. We're so disconnected.
Right.
People are so accustomed to just using their phone in a means to connect and have a relationship with people that, no, I don't know that Ruby isn't okay because I don't hardly see Ruby outside of Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So how am I really engaged in her life to recognize that this is not normal behavior for her?
Right. Now we have a Facebook question.
Awesome.
How much does spirituality play a part in the African American community and black folk not getting help? Black people not getting help. Now, when we come back, we're going to take a little break, but we're going to come back and we're going to answer that question here on Soul Therapy with Ruby and Tara on Power 108.9.
It's different in person, right?
Sitting together. Not getting help.
Yeah, that's a good question.
It did hit my funny bone with this shit.
Now I'm trying to see. We can kind of do like a religion versus spirituality type piece.
Right.
Do like a comparison.
Right.
Because in the question they didn't specify. Do they mean spirituality as religion or what? I'm just saying. They didn't say.
Just.
He made it.
Right.
I wrote that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was him.
I was over there right, and I was like, well, maybe you see something I can't see.
I'm watching
Oh, okay.
with the game or the golf tournament, but not just
Basically creating that commentary and that conversation.
Because other people may check the chat, tell them
What's
their
up?
answer there too. But do define, like you do see a difference between spirituality and religion, but as it pertains to black folk, we really like speaking Christianity. Just give it to God, and God will take care of it. Just hit it from that perspective.
Right. Yeah. It's like y'all need to do some work. Then we can go into our happy health and suggestions on how to heal and stuff like that.
So normally on a regular broadcast, this is what you would hear in your headphones too. But we usually don't do the headphones. We let it come out of here too. But when we broadcast live from the station, it'll be more headphone driven, or you just paying attention to your engineer, because your engineer will tell you to wrap it up, and you'll be able to hear it in your headphones too.
Right. Gotcha. Gotcha. I'm learning. How you feeling, honey?
I'm cool. Like, this feels much more, this actually feels much more comfortable than being at home with you and on the screen.
Yeah, it makes you.
It's
it
more
makes you
intimate and
right. And it
personal.
gives you a more professional feel.
Yeah.
And you're not as too relaxed and comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're really gonna have to work on your projection. You're really gonna have to, especially when you hear the sound. Once Eddie gets in tomorrow, I'll have him just email you this whole bit right here, and then you'll be able to hear how you sound via the radio versus just on the Facebook Live video.
Right.
Because if you look at y'all levels, like y'all levels are very low.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
We have
That's
to,
why you gotta talk. Yeah, you're not talking. You see how it just jumped up right there? So talk normal, like just do it.
Just talking like this, and it's really low.
Okay.
Versus me talking like this.
Versus
and,
the morning show when I say, "Yo, it's Michael and Joy on Power 108.9. Shout it!" You see how the levels jump up?
Jump right up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But you gotta give, like, definitely for me, because we do morning radio.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
definitely
wake
have to
people
step
up.
it up a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
But you'll hear it. You'll hear it on here. You'll hear the difference on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'll be like, oh, girl, you sound
Because you
high.
don't
Talk
realize.
to me.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
realize.
because this is going out. This will be going out on Power 108.9 on the radio stations. The radio station is in here. That's the radio station right there. So it'll be going out through there.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said you got to step it up. You got to the volume. You good right now. You just working on content and stuff right now.
Okay.
Just FYI. And like I said, you'll hear it.
Okay.
No critique.
Of course. Look,
Self-reflect.
like we ain't never did this before, but don't worry. We all saw it. And we gon' that's the song right here. You singing this in karaoke?
You so old school.
I know, right?
I am too, but she's super old.
Help you.
She be going on too much. See?
This is y'all. I was about to start singing this song.
No ma'am. No
Yes,
ma'am.
no, I was about to start singing for real. But welcome back to Soul Therapy with Ruby and Tara. I love old school music, and it's right up my alley. But we're here on Power 108.9, and we're back to answer our question. Just to kind of paraphrase it, the part that spirituality plays in us not getting the healing that we need. Just to differentiate a little bit between spirituality and, religion.
Right.
There is a difference. But, for us in the Black community, in most cases, when we say spirituality, we are referring to Christian, being a Christian, or being a Baptist, a Kojic, or whatever your denomination is.
It's a
But
non-denomination.
exactly.
Got that going on now too.
But there is a difference between, in my opinion, for me, there's a difference between being religious and being spiritual.
Absolutely.
For me, spirituality is my connection, my direct connection to my God. It could be the universe or whatever, higher power you identify with, versus religion. To me, in my opinion, it's just basically me being told how I should live, or me having to go to, a church and sit there, and it's a big difference for me. Is it a difference for you?
Oh, absolutely. For me, spirituality is absolutely my direct connection with source, power, the Most High God, again, whatever you choose to call that power in your life. Religion for me is a set of rules subscribed by whatever particular denomination of church you go to, because everybody's perception of what the Bible is saying is different depending upon that religion. So for me, it just really is a set of rules or requirements that don't necessarily create the intimate relationship with God that spirituality does.
Okay. And, to go ahead and answer the question, in spirituality, for me personally, it doesn't keep me from going to a therapist. It doesn't keep me from seeking the help that I may need, at any particular given time. But I feel that religion is what more so keeps us from getting that healing that we need as far as mental and emotional illness. Because you go to church right now, you either they're gonna pray about it. Come to the altar. Come down. What is it that you need? You know, you sitting there and you go Easter, maybe Christmas, or whatever, Mother's Day, Father's Day. But that one time you decide to go, it always feels like he's talking directly to you.
Right.
And you walk on down.
Right.
And, you know, you receive your blessing, you receive the prayer and everything. But then once it's over, then what? You go home.
Right. I think what happens is that, and I remember my cousin saying this to me many years ago about the release that we feel when we go to church on Sunday. You have been not dealing with life for 6 days out the week. Right. You go to church on Sunday, like you said, pastor says something that feels like it's directly towards you. It obviously hits home in some way, shape, or form. Right. I don't care when you go to church and what you got going on. Something pastor said hits your soul or pierces your spirit, and you release. And in that release, because that music is on a certain vibration, in that release, it feels like, okay, I'm good. I'm straight now. I can go back to work on Monday and life is going to be good because you've been empowered temporarily. Exactly. It's that instant gratification of that fuzzy, warm feeling. It's not dealing with your mental health. No. It's not dealing with the source of trauma or whatever it is that is going on with you, so that when life shows up on Tuesday, you default back to whatever was going on with you before you got to church on Sunday. Because you have not
to church on Sunday
again. And still it's this vicious cycle of hiding. We're hiding in the church and not dealing with issues that we really have going on in our personal lives.
Well, hello, Isaac.
Stay focused.
Focus. Hello. But yes, you're absolutely right. And then it's just like you're never really getting down to what the root cause is. Right. You're not getting down to how to deal with it. You you said, it's just temporary gratification.
Or we're addressing behaviors. You know, and I know for me, and I'm almost 40, so I know that certain women or certain men would come into the church and we would recognize the destructive behaviors. Maybe she wasn't dressed appropriately, or, you know, that person, we know that they drink and cheat on their wives, but nobody is really addressing the root cause and the issue. We just talking about behavior. Gossiping. And if you just go to church.
Gossiping, pretty much is what that is.
If you just go to church, everything will be okay.
No, it won't.
No, it won't. Right. No, it won't.
It will not. Y'all stop believing that. When we talk about healing, which is now bringing us to our happy, healthy, and healing segment of the show, where we pretty much share some of our favorite things to do in order to heal. And one is to, honestly, you just got to keep it real with yourself. Absolutely. And it's just like, you have to hold yourself accountable. You can't continue to sit here and pretend like nothing is happening. You can't pretend like, oh, I don't feel some type of way. But yes, you do. That's why you finna go to the car. You know, like they say, oh, she gonna cry when she get in the car. That's pretty much what you doing. You all right now.
I just trying something different, Rube. When we the retreat that we held last month, and being amongst women of all different spiritual walks of life and seeing those women just be open to new information. Right. Just receive something different. If you know that you have been trying to combat this feeling that you don't quite understand for X amount of years or months, you got to be able to wave the white flag and say, what I'm doing ain't working.
Exactly.
It ain't working.
At some point.
At some point, right.
And hold yourself accountable. Stop trying to blame everything else outside of you for what you're going through. Stop trying to not want to be responsible for your own healing. It's not my job to heal you. I might point out some stuff that's going to make you think about some things. But at the end of the day, when you go home and I'm not there and you can't call me, because I'm at home working on my own healing, guess what you need to be doing?
Tune back into Soul Therapy Radio.
Exactly. Here on Power 108.9 with Ruby and Sarah.
I caught that. I was like, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
No, I just didn't want y'all having to talk too much. That's all.
Yeah.
I was just saying, shout those two out. I saw their name on there.
And I can't.
You gotta do it.
That's why I looked, because I was like, what is that?
Cortland, wasn't it Cortland?
Cortland.
Oh.
I see them names.
But I was
like,
saying,
is
just do
somebody
it
on the phone?
indiscreetly.
Yeah, right. Got you. So we definitely, you paying attention to quite a few different things
Yeah.
at the same time. Yeah. You gotta get that multitask
You
together.
have to.
What's up,
I'm
Facebook?
not scrolling. This is not scrolling.
Yes, this is Soul
Oh.
Therapy Live here on Facebook with Ruby and Tara. And, you know, this is our first show, but it's cool. We loving it. We having fun. Y'all tuning in. If y'all got any questions, call the station 678-383-2339. See, I learned it. I'm learning it. But
And
yes.
subscribe to the email list, soultherapy.life.
Yes.
Right? Soultherapyradio.life.
soultherapyradio.life. Make sure y'all subscribe to the email list. If you need some advertising, let me give a shout out to our sponsors real quick. For next month, August, we have Ashley Harris with Awaken Your Flow Yoga. Yes, you know, Tara has actually, you know, worked with Ashley.
Absolutely.
You like it?
I listen, changing my life in probably about a week. Ashley has got all up in my soul. Definitely. So check out Ashley, awakenyourlife.com.
And we also have shout out to Ms. DeAndrea Bird of the Beautiful Brand University. You know, we'll be sharing information with more information about how you all can reach out to her and what it is that she does.
Y'all doing that? Y'all have to do it again on air. So.
Okay. She has, oh no, I was just giving it to him on Facebook because, you know, during the show I ain't paying no attention to Facebook. But, you know, she, Tutu Maniacs, event planning, business, she can get you together. Miss Stacy Hernandez, she's a marriage relationship counselor, Dwell With Your Mate. And Miss Jaleesa Wilcox with BlackCreditExcellence.com. Y'all got to get your money together, get your finances together, and get you some education. Just a quick shout out to y'all. Right. Do y'all thing.
So this will be your last break. We're going to put everything in the last break. Shout your sponsors out. And then your conversation. Continue with your conversation. You can take as much time you need for the last break. But I want to set you up to get the conversation going and then get you to ending the show. Right. However you're going to end it. But I'll be listening to hear when you're ready to go. Because I can tell when you're ready to go. So I can hear it when it's ready to go. When I tell you to wrap it up, don't go just out. Start doing your however you're going to be ending your show, whether it's going to be with your segment your sponsors or something like that, okay?
Yeah, we'll do it that way. Y'all know I'm old school. I like Michael. But here on Soul Therapy Radio with Ruby and Tara, let's go ahead and get a little bit more into the conversation. You know, I know we got a little deep last break, but you know, we're gonna kind of bring it back for y'all. But with some more suggestions as far as the healing process, I know I like grounding, I like meditating, and I love going to karaoke. Hey mom, shout out to my mom because you know she might karaoke ride or die. She might not sing no karaoke, but she'll go.
Yes.
But I sing. I don't care if I sound good, sound bad. Hey, it's a reliever for me.
Finding things to kind of release whatever that energy is that is going on within you.
Right.
For sure. Tell us what grounding is, Ruby.
Grounding. It pretty much is where you go outside barefoot and play in the dirt and play in the grass. But no, you know, it's a little more involved. You're pretty much taking the time to go outside and connect with everything that's been given to us by God, and just using that as an opportunity to pull in all of that positive energy, all of that natural energy, getting out in nature and just allowing it to heal you, to be able to say, you know what, I can just come out here and live in the moment, enjoy the grass, enjoy my surroundings,
right.
Just, you know what, I've been all over the place emotionally. This is the place that I can go to ground, to establish a firm foundation for the week, and to say, you know what, no matter what's going on, I can always come here and know this is a good place for me to find my happy place. Right.
Absolutely. I think for our listeners, grounding and yoga and meditation are resources that are basically free.
Exactly.
If you don't have insurance or you haven't found resources to seek out a therapist, there are other ways and means to deal with mental health.
Exactly.
Tons of resources out there. I like yoga. I like working out. Meditation. I still pray.
Right.
You know, my conversation that I have with God and myself. Creativity. I like to, like I create websites, I create graphic designs, but in the aspect of making something come to life.
Right.
That allows me to release as well. So I think it's about finding something that works for you and not jumping inside of a box. Right. And thinking that my healing has to look like Ruby's healing. That it doesn't work that way. You have to find what works for you, as long as it's not destructive.
Right. Don't think you just gonna be out here, oh, I'm finna go spend all my money at the mall. That's gonna help me. You're gonna be mad next week.
Right. And we didn't really touch on that. The destructive ways in which we deal with mental health.
Now, you know, it is too much conversation to be had to be covered.
I know, but just because sometimes people don't recognize, because again, we have these boxes. Alcoholism looks a certain way, drug addiction looks a certain way, gluttony looks a certain way. So people will convince themselves that there's nothing wrong with me because it don't look like the wino at the store. But you stopping off of I-85 every evening at 5 drinking a whole bottle of wine in order to cope with life.
Drinking gas.
Listen, drinking gas. Moonshine. 240 proof, baby. It comes back to why am I, what's my intention? You know, am I really drinking to celebrate and we're just having fun? Or do I not know how to deal with life? And I'm drowning in this bottle because I don't want to deal with life. You know, those red flags to go, something going on here.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. And Tara, thank you for making that point. You know, that's definitely something that we have to touch on here on Soul Therapy Radio. But it's been such a wonderful time hanging out with you all today, our live audience, our Facebook audience, everybody. But, you know, we do have to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, which, you know, we'll be showing them more love within the next couple of shows. But quick shout out to Miss Ashley Harris, Miss Yoga Instructor, Awaken Your Flow. Y'all know yoga is a type of moving meditation.
Yeah.
And you can get your, work on your stretching, your breathing, and your focusing. So definitely reach out to her. We have Miss DeAndrea Bird with the Beautiful Brand University. You know, she wears all kind of hats. She's an event planner, vision board tour, tutu maniacs. You know, she kind of like us.
Got a lot going on, listen, on all kind of ventures. Yeah, you know what? Listen, watch that too. Let's watch that too.
Because some of y'all, that's y'all drug of choice.
Yes,
but we're not going to talk about that right now. Shout out to Miss Stacey Hernandez with Dwell With Your Mate. She is a marriage and relationship advice coach. So whether you are dating, engaged, or married, she can definitely, help you out on that.
Yeah, I was checking her out.
And Miss Jaleesa Wilcox, I can't even talk. Jaleesa Wilcox with Black Credit Excellence. Y'all know finances are also a source that contributes to mental illness. So you definitely want to reach out to her so we can, get that in order so that's not a contributing factor to what you got going on. But it's been fun today. I know y'all had fun. We thank you, Allison, for calling in. We appreciate you. We thank you all for tuning in, for watching. And Tara, you got some last words for us?
Just thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for the love and support. If you're looking for Ruby, she is on info@thegoddessgrind.com. If you're looking for me, www.tarajackson.com. Join us first and third Sundays.
Yes.
To 1 p.m. Soul Therapy Radio on 108.9. We gonna get this together.
That's good. Good job. There you go.
Hey!
Yay!
Hey.
Okay, the person is out of that's
All
out of the way.
go.
That's
All
out
the
of the
nerves go. You want to
system.
turn your Facebook off though?
Y'all, it's been real, but you know we gotta do what we gotta do. But we thank y'all for tuning in. It's been fun. We will. You know what? I go live in a little bit. You know. Thank you. Bernadette says, "Wow, I missed the addiction is my platform. I will watch the replay." Yeah, watch the replay. But bye, y'all. We see y'all next time.